get ready because this Avengers Secret Wars leak could change everything we're expecting from the movie. The Hulk Kingdom, Gladiator Captain America, Red Hulk as the villain, and even a new medieval vibe for the MCU. Dude, this is crazy. I'm gonna tell you all about Greenland, the post-apocalyptic kingdom where everyone turned into Hulk, and how this could impact Marvel's future in the movies. Stay until the end of the video because I saved the best for last. Let's dive in. Welcome to Nerd Insight. I'm Arthur. So we already knew Avengers Secret Wars was gonna be massive, but no one expected them to bring this insane concept from the comic. A concept art showing Greenland, one of the realms in Battleworld, and it looks like Marvel's all in on a medieval fantasy vibe for the movie. And man, it's wild. Captain America as a gladiator, Red Hulk as a tyrant king, and an army of Hulk peasants. Wanna understand all this? Stick with me because it's gonna be epic, but before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell because we drop huge news every day, and I know you don't want to miss out. To understand Greenland, we first need to remember how Battleworld came about. In the comics, this happened after the multiverse collapsed because of the incursion, and Doctor Doom, using powers stolen from the Beyonder, recreated reality. He took pieces from different universes and merged them in one planet, creating a world full of independent realms, each with a different. Now Greenland was one of those realms, and in it, every living thing is a Hulk. But in the comics, the concept was more post-apocalyptic, a land ravaged by gamma radiation, filled with giant mutant creatures, and ruled by the Red King, a tyrant who controlled the land with an iron fist. I'll break it down into sections so it's easier to follow. The difference between the leak and the comic. The leaked concept art suggests that Marvel's changing this post-apocalyptic vibe to something more medieval fantasy. We see castles, walls, and a more structured social organization. Instead of the total chaos from the comics, it looks like Greenland in the MCU will function more like a feudal kingdom, where the Hulk peasants live under the rule of a monarch, who will likely be Red Hulk, the Red King, and dude, this makes so much sense, because in the comics Greenland was a lawless land, the wild Hulks practically irrational, but in the movie, they might want to make the story easier to follow by creating a world that's more like Game of Thrones. But with Hulks based on the leaked art, we see Hulk, his son Scar, and Shiro, the Red Hulk's daughter, living as peasants outside the walls of a castle. This already hints that the movie's conflict could revolve around a rebellion against the tyrannical rule of Red Hulk, and it's gonna be so good. Captain America, Gladiator? Now the part that got me the most hype is that Captain America could be a gladiator in this world. In the comics, Greenland has a battle arena where prisoners are forced to fight one of the top gladiators, none other than Steve Rogers' Captain America. Yep, Steve Rogers, we know he's coming back at some point, but now in a completely different version from what we've seen in the movie. He was a soldier captured by Red Hulk and forced to fight for survival, and you know what's even more insane? He rode a demonic dinosaur. Yep, you heard that right. The guy was riding a demonic dinosaur into battle, fighting other Hulks. That's absolutely nuts, man. If Marvel adapts this, we could be about to see one of the most brutal and badass versions of Captain America in the MCU, and since Chris Evans was confirmed for Secret Wars, this could be the way they bring him back. What does this mean for Hulk? Now what everyone's wondering, what's Hulk's role in all this? In the comics again, today I say this a lot, the Hulk in this phase was called Dr. Green, a cyberpunkish scientist survivor who tried to understand Greenland and its lost technology. But in the leak, he seems way more savage without that genius. He's just there living among the peasants, like just another Hulk in the crowd. This could mean they're finally ditching the high school history teacher Hulk from Endgame, which got a lot of hate, and bringing back the OG Hulk, monster uncontrollable, ready to throw down. Also, there's an interesting detail. Hulk could be one of the leaders of the rebellion against Red Hulk. If the peasants are suffering under his rule, who better to lead a revolt than the biggest Hulk of them all? What else could change? Another thing that stands out in the leak is the fact that Greenland seems more functional, with a more organized society. This could mean that MC's Battleworld is gonna be a complete medieval planet, and not just a mishmash of different realities like in the comic. If that's true, we might not see those futuristic realms like New York 2099 or the Marvel Zombie, which existed in the original comic. Instead, Marvel might simplify everything and focus more on a medieval fantasy narrative where the heroes will have to unite to defeat Doctor Doom, and if that's true, we could be about to see one of the most epic movies in MCU history. Huge battle, armies colliding, and characters coming back from the dead. Just don't mess it up like they did with Thor: Love and Thunder. Now tell me, what do you think about this change from Marvel? Are you into the idea of a medieval Avengers, Gladiator, and Mutant Hulk? Or would you have preferred something close to the comics? Drop a comment below because I really want to know your thoughts. And hey, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell, because as soon as more info about Secret Wars, I'll bring it all to you. So it's super important that you're subscribed with notifications on. See you later, alligator.